see how this feels. What is up, everyone? We are back again with another YouTube video, and today we actually have a change of scenery, which is really nice. We are at
Key
Fit. I for some reason I want to call this place Peak, but it's obviously not Peak. Shout out to Peak Fitness, really great gym. But today we're at Key Fit, mostly because I wanted to change of pace. Today is also a leg day, the first leg day that we've ever posted, and I think it was extremely important for me to be in a gym where, one, I can talk. Because sometimes when you go to the gyms, the music is so loud, the environment's so loud that you can't necessarily hear me. And two, just want to make sure I got all the equipment that I normally use, so that's why we're here today. Plus just a nice change of pace. Before this workout, we actually stretch. Trying to stop being such of a lazy asshole with that aspect of my life, so doing a lot better. But leg workout today, about to take you guys through it. We're going to finish warming up, and then I'll show you guys exercise 1. So on today's workout, probably won't be as much talking, mostly because whenever I do legs, I try to be like as dialed in as I can, mostly because I genuinely do enjoy it. But to kind of give a quick rundown of the movements that we're doing, be a seated hamstring curl, leg extension, adductor, a leg press, probably like a Bulgarian split squat. A majority of these will only have 2 sets, a top set and then a back off set. So the first set being the 6 to 10, second set being about that 10 to 15. And I do that specifically with legs. I feel like whenever you are training legs, personally I feel like I benefit the most whenever I'm just like maximizing a full set or 2 sets, not necessarily doing a ton of volume or drop sets. Obviously those have its time and place, but for me personally it's just kind of what I like to do. Plus my knees are garbage, so I have to save them, not necessarily like completely wreck my knees at the same time. We're about to get in our top set here. Quick tip for those of you that don't do the seated hamstring curl, it's the best one. Personally, that's what I think. Obviously, whenever you have this pad right here, I try to have it personally locked down as much as I can, even if that means like the weight or like this bottom piece kind of moving. But lock down as hard as I can. My back and butt is essentially pushed all the way to the back, and I'm kind of like aggressively pushing on these handles. A lot of people like to hold on to them, which is fine, but personally, the more I feel like whenever you push, this allows you to get more tension into your hamstrings, which is a good thing. You want the tension to be there. Plus, you're just a little more stable as well and in control. Obviously, people might be like, oh, that's cheating a little bit. But, of course, the tension is there and I feel the movement completely. So that's why I do it. So this is the first set and we're about to get into it.
Backed off 60 pounds.
Yeah, so it's too heavy. It's alright though. Nobody needs to know that. Hopefully I don't drop this.
You could go over there to the counter.
It's too far of a walk. Too much work. I'm a mess. Code Alfonso. I really need Code Fonz, but someone else has that. But Code Alfonso. Alfonso, you're making a mess. Cheese and rice. Now we're doing leg extensions, the second movement of today. Obviously, the position that you're in whenever you're like getting ready is pretty important. You want to make sure that your knees are pretty much in line with, like pretty much just in line. I don't know exactly how to explain this, but this piece right here, you just want to make sure you're in line with it. But another thing as well, is a lot of people, you'll see their butt come up whenever they're doing leg extensions and they extend like this. You want to make sure that, whenever there are handles here, that you're gripping them and you're kind of pulling yourself into the leg extension, and you actually are contracting all the way up and then slowly coming down, contracting all the way up. Because a lot of people, like I said, they'll lift their butt up and they'll try to extend and they wonder why they can't get the leg extension up whenever they know they can do the weight. It's because they're not like locking themselves in. So I gotta move the seat back and then we'll get to set one. Whenever I do legs, I don't necessarily like hop right into a squat pattern, like a pressing pattern, whether that's like, the squat rack, the Smith machine, or like a leg press or a hack squat. Mostly because my knees are pretty shot, and honestly, it just takes me a little bit to warm up. But overall, I feel like if my knees weren't shot, which I feel like is like a lot of people, it's best to kind of like get your legs moving and like actually get warmed up. So that's why we start out with the seated hamstring curls and then leg extensions, and then now we're doing adductors, because whenever we go into like those actual pretty heavy pressing movements, because after this we have a leg press, our body actually feels pretty warmed up, and it doesn't take us forever to warm up on the leg press either, especially as like they're growing in weight. So I just want to explain that. So people are like, why don't you do like a leg press first or a hack squat first? It's like, yeah, we can do those and truly tax our body right off the rip, but I do think, another important thing is that all these other movements matter as well. Like, it's not just about squatting or leg pressing, it's about the hamstring curls, it's about the leg extensions, it's about the adductors. You want to make sure that you're also giving 110% to those as well, because a lot of times people will just exert themselves completely empty on the first movement and then half-ass the rest of them. It's like, no, hey, we want to move those movements to the beginning, exert as much as we can, but whenever it still comes to that leg press, we're exerting as much as we can and even more at times. So that's just a quick explanation of why the workout's kind of set up the way that it is, but I just want to explain that to you guys. finished off that leg workout. Pretty brutal, I can't lie. I will say towards the end of the workout, we definitely got a little more quiet, which is just kind of expected whenever you're training legs. Personally, whenever I do train legs, I definitely try to exert myself to the highest amount because the next day is normally a rest day. We finished up that leg day. Honestly, it was really good. And I think the closing thoughts, and honestly, it was just kind of like the theme of the workout as well. It's just stick to the plan and get it done. I'll be honest with you, I got pretty tired towards about halfway towards the workout with the leg press, and then we did finish off with Bulgarians and then calf raises. Just felt pretty brutal, but of course, we have a job to get done and honestly an ultimate goal to achieve and what I'm honestly wanting to work towards. But my ultimate goal is to win a bodybuilding show. So that is like the main thought in my head whenever I'm training. It's like, hey, there's people out there that's doing more than you, they're working harder than you, they're honestly not even tired. So like I need to continue to push and hold myself to that standard. So that's honestly the whole reason why we were also quiet during the second half of that workout, just because we're trying to push through. So hopefully you guys took something from that. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. It's always greatly appreciated, even if you tag me or any of us on social media like LD as well. We really do appreciate it. So until next time, peace homies.